to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
Lots of companies worked with JPL and NASA to get us to Mars, but only Silicon Graphics provided solutions at every stage of the mission, with every piece of data at every critical moment. Thanks for the ride.
It was a moment that inspired us in the power of human creativity. In the summer of '69, the whole world watched in awe as Neil Armstrong and the crew of Apollo 11 took our first step on the surface of another celestial body.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
I don't think in more than 40 years as a newsman have I experienced a more powerful event. Staring at that somewhat hazy picture, wondering what was out there beyond the camera's fixed viewpoint.
At age 10, I was riveted to my television set and was wondering what it would be like to be Neil Armstrong.
Almost 30 years later, on July 4th, 1997, the world community once again gathers around their television sets and their websites to see something even more astounding. The first surface pictures from another planet, Mars, as NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory's Pathfinder touches gently down on the red surface. And this time, Brian Cooper helms the controls of the remotely operated Sojourner.
This mission does not have a lot of backups. The system that we're using to control the rover is only possible because we have very fast computing power behind it, both on the graphic sense and the CPU. With stereo visualization, that's what SGI gives us.
With the ability of high-resolution, high-definition color, we'll be able to look for the environments where life may originate.
To answer questions about a different part of Mars that has never been seen by a human before.
I think visual computing has been a fantastic boon in understanding the data that we're getting back. We can now look at images so much quicker, and we can take those images and make them into a full panorama of the area that we're interested in.
We're making decisions in a few hours that in missions 20 years ago were done over many days.
The tools we're using allows me to not only dream about the possibilities of going to Mars, but bringing a little bit of that back to Earth and sharing it with the rest of the world.
Whole world of Imagineers, dreamers, and tomorrow's Brian Coopers. That's the way it is as the clock ticks down on the 20th century and high-performance computing ramps up for the next millennium. Unleash the power of human creativity and insight and see what's possible.
There it is.
Your pictures are up there, man.
That's good. That's good. Rover's ready to go.
We have a fully functional spacecraft on the surface of Mars, and we have fully functional instruments in every regard. And as you all know, we have a fully functional rover as well.
It's making its first tracks in the soil of this new planet. And to us, you know, it's opening a new era.
Well, do we really need to send people to Mars? And I said, my thought was, before I saw what these images look like, not just these images here, but what the tools can do to display in 3 dimensions and zoom in and fly around. You know, I said, well, maybe we don't necessarily need the people to be there to make all of the discoveries. The machines can do a lot more than I would have given them credit for before today, and you know, with what this machine is doing. And given the quality of these images, the way they're going to, what they can do with this data set is going to be unbelievable. I mean, we're going to rewrite the history books here.
Congratulations to all of you out there on behalf of President Clinton and all of the people of our country. Happy 4th of July, and congratulations on doing an absolutely outstanding job.
Five years ago, what people really cared about in computer magazines was issues such as what to buy. Today, the differences are so small, people have become much more focused on what they can do with the technology to address their business challenges and opportunities. Therefore, their thinking is much more focused on how do I cut costs with technology? How do I make my company look bigger with technology? How do I get ahead or get a jump on my competition with technology? What our readers are really interested in is not what the product is, it's what the product can do for them.
Knowing things before your competition knows them, and knowing things in a way that gives you the ability to apply them.
The bells and whistles, to a point, don't really make me any more efficient. I mean, it's real nice to say, I have the newest, fastest, biggest, baddest, but I need information that really helps me do my job better on a daily basis.
Information that's going to move my company forward.
So it's fueling my business growth.
If I could integrate technology better than our competitors, it gives me a huge competitive advantage.
A competitive advantage.
Competitive advantage for business, absolutely.
What it really comes down to is harnessing technology to make businesses work better, and we're the experts.
Welcome to the Silicon Graphics Impact Report, brought to you by the Indigo 2 Impact family of desktop workstations. Now, Mary Dilts.
These days, it seems no matter what business you're in, it's hard to ignore the impact of visual computing technology. From mining to medicine to manufacturing, desktop workstations are allowing us to do more things, more effectively and efficiently than ever before, revolutionizing how we do business. But what have these imaging tools and skills meant to an industry built on visuals? When it comes to what's on your television screen, the results are worth watching. With so many broadcast stations and cable networks to choose from, how do you remember what to watch, let alone when to watch? The answer lies in the eye-catching image campaigns and promos that air throughout the day.
With clients as diverse as NBC, HBO, and the Sci-Fi Channel, we have to be able to deliver a unique look to each one of them.
The competition to always come up with something fresh is enormous. The client is responsible for telling us who they want to be, and we're responsible for showing them what that looks like.
Our biggest objective is to give an ideal life.
For a design firm like Telesign, what does it take to convey that concept to a visually sophisticated client base?
Desktop workstations put so many different tools and elements at our fingertips that the options we have to design are limitless.
They're allowing us to really mask the techniques that we're using and really just go for the wow factor.
And while movie magic gets all the attention, are computer graphic effects and composites any less challenging for the broadcast and cable industry? With tighter timelines and budgets, it's an even greater challenge.
It wasn't so long ago that we were using art cards and creating 2 or 3 layers of compositing. Now we're handling 30, 40 layers of compositing, very complex models, mixing all different types of media.
It's exhausting to constantly come up with ideas that are going to make every one of our clients go, wow, but...
Believe it or not, the viewing audience often finds the packaging and the promotion of a program as important as the program itself. And the way to scream we're unique, we're different, watch us.
That's the impact that visual computing has had on our industry.
And with a client list that reads like a who's who in the broadcast and cable industry, it's a good thing New York-based Telezyne Design Animation is located in a town that never sleeps. For more information on this or other stories in the Impact Library, contact us at our 800 number. For the newest frontiers in visual computing technology, fast forward to the Silicon Graphics Impact Report. I'm Mary Dilts.